Hey guys, and welcome to King of Puro. I'm Last Son, and on today's episode, we're going to start the Grand Prix tour with Tour Day 1. We're going to do things a little bit differently in a couple ways. I'm only going to show the kind of the results of the matches and talk about what's going on in those, and I can even go into why I booked that way, but I'm just going to show the results this time. And we changed the Grand Prix format to now, instead of having just a single elimination tournament, we're going to turn it into more of a G1 type tournament and go from there. So we're going to uh, you know book it that way. I'll show you the blocks here. A little graphic will come up right now, and as you can see here, we have Funakoshi, Bunraku Kantori, Fenley, Akoma, Taku, and Brody in one block. Block A. Block B would be Furusawa, Okamoto, Suki, Matsushita, Tachusai, and Narahashi. I'm hoping this type of setup kind of gives a little bit more um, good matches and drama for not only my series here, but for the fans, and also just to I like this format. So with that, we'll go ahead and book the show. We begin the show with Wolfsbane and Diaz taking on Kubo and Dreadnought. This segment pulled in a 46 overall rating, with Wolfsbane having a 54 in-ring performance, followed by Diaz with a 40 in-ring performance. I'm really happy with both of these performances, especially since we're trying to push these guys to get them into the main card, and with performances like these ones, they'll soon be able to be on the main card and not hurt the overall score with their ratings. It'll also help us if we can get them out of the unimportant perception and into the recognizable one. Kubo turned in a 30 performance and Dreadnought with a 26, which might be the highest performance he has had yet. So he's showing some growth. Overall, really happy with this match pairing, and I'm hoping for big things from all of these guys in the future. After the match, Wolfsbane and Diaz grab a mic and cut a promo. Wolfsbane tells the crowd, "You guys are lucky to have had the opportunity to see greatness in front of you. I'm telling you guys now, I didn't come here to just wrestle amazing matches and make the crowd's month. No, no, I mean make their year. We came to dominate this place. And with this man by my side, it will not be long until we have championship gold around our waists. After that, the sky's the limit. The end goal is always the same. We will rule Black Canvas Grappling. So I just want to put everyone in the locker room on notice. We're coming for you boys." And with that, he puts down the mic and they leave the ring. This only got us a 26 segment rating, but I was just wanting to see what Wolfsbane and Diaz could do in an angle. The pre show's the best place to do that so it doesn't hurt the main card in the rating. I do hope to see some better angles from these guys in the future, and I do know that the rating was hurt because Wolfsbane does not speak Japanese. So maybe we can fix that, especially if he's going to be around for like a long haul type of time. We need to make sure he can speak the language before pushing him up really high into the card. The next pre-show match was a veteran versus young lion showcase, and this segment pulled in a 45 rating, which isn't bad, but this is why it's on the pre-show. A rating like this could really bring down our rating overall and potentially hurt the popularity of the company if we have shows that have really low ratings. But we did have some good in-ring performances in this match. Sotomura turned in a 52 performance, Kiyotaka a 51, and Kamasake a 45. From the Young Lions, Kasaka turned in the best performance with a 31, Ogata had a 24, and Hosaka had a 21. We do see a note that Kasaka was off his game, so potentially his performance could have been even better. But it accomplished what I wanted to do, which was give the vets a win and have a chance to pass on skills, or at the very least, build some skills in the ring for these young lions. Next up, we have our owner, Yoshifuse Maeda, coming out to kick off the main card. He tells the crowd, "Welcome to day one of the Grand Prix tournament. We're happy to bring you today some of Japan's best wrestlers and some of the best matches we can offer. I've decided this year we will have a different Grand Prix tournament, and instead of a single elimination tournament, we will be holding a round robin style one, where the top two wrestlers from each block will make the final at the Grand Prix event at the end of the tour. So sit back and enjoy Black Canvas Grappling and the Grand Prix tournament action. With this, Maida bows to the audience and heads to the back. This segment got us a 74, which I'm really happy with, and what a way to kick off the show. It'll hopefully give us a hot crowd to work with in our other matches, and if we can keep this up, this tour day will be a great card for us. In our next match, Danjuro Kikuchi and Orange Suchi have a segment rating of 56. This would be our technical masterclass as Orange Suchi defeated Kikuchi with a submission. We had some pretty good performances. Kikuchi with a 51, Suchi with a 52. Not upset with this match at all. 56 overall rating between those two guys. That's what they were signed for, was to have these types of technical masterclass and pass on that technical ability potentially. So I'm really happy with this so far. In our next match, the American Cobras take on Miura and Yoshizawa. This segment got us a 54, as the Cobras defeated Miura and Yoshizawa when Storm Spillane submitted Yoshizawa with the kneeling Boston Crab. Had really good performances all around. Spillane 54, Malloy 54, Miura and Yoshizawa both had a 57. We got tag team specialist bonuses for both teams. Really happy with this match. I know it's right around our actual popularity, but it's a really good match. I'm happy with this. This will take us into our next match with Big Bruiser Finley taking on Giant Brody, a 62 segment rating as Big Bruiser Finley pins Giant Brody in 10:21 with an atomic spine buster. We had Bruiser getting a 64, Giant Brody 47. We used Wild Brawl on this one. Just these two guys are going to go out and just have a wild brawl, beat the crap out of each other. Two large, giant type men fighting. The crowd really loved it. 62, really happy with this one. Should also note that this was one of our matches in Block A. Kicking us off with a 62, really good for this whole tournament. I'm really feeling good about this idea. And if I felt good about the last match, the next match in Block A takes place between Bunraku Kantori and Yoshinaka Taku, 77 segment rating, as Tori defeats Taku with a spinning forearm smash. Tori had a 71, Taku had a 61. This was a steal the show match. Really happy with this. And this tournament, I think, is going to have some really good matchups, and hopefully we can get some really good ratings and build our popularity off this tour a lot. I'm really happy with the 77. I hope it doesn't outperform the main event. And in our main event, we had Funakoshi taking on Blastacoma in the final action of the Block A in the Tour Day 1. It did get us to 76, so we were outperformed by that earlier match, but still happy with the 76. Funakoshi had an in-ring performance of 76, and Blastacoma had an in-ring performance of 58. Funakoshi defeats Akoma in 20 minutes and 30 seconds by pinfall after a butterfly backbreaker. Like I said, really happy. 76, 77s, pulling in these high numbers are going to just help our popularity. I'm really just, happy with this whole entire card so far. As we end the show here, we see we got a 71 overall rating. Really great. Increased our popularity in 7 regions. And I'm happy with this. 71 happy, first day. Hopefully we can keep this up. So you can see here an updated graphic with the first day's action in Block A done. Funakoshi, Tori, and Finley all sit tied atop with 3 points. Nakomo, Taku, and Brody all sitting with 0. So not bad first day. And welcome to day 2 of the Grand Prix Tour. We'll now book the first matches of Block B today. I think we have some good matchups in both blocks, and I'm hopeful this will be a successful tour for us. But enough talk, let's get into the results from day 2. In our first pre-show match, which gets us a 42 segment rating, has Animal Harker, Yokokawa, and Sojuro Sen taking on the Young Lions of Nobuyuka Kubo, Dreadnought, and Takanori Doi. Sojuro Sen picks up the win by submitting Kubo with an over-the-shoulder backbreaker. Animal Harker led the way for his team with a 45 in-ring performance, followed by Sen with a 44 and Yokokawa with a 40. The Young Lion team was led by Doi's in-ring performance at 34, Kubo got a 30, and Dreadnought with a 22, even though he was off his game. This was a good match just to get the vets a win and some momentum, and give the Young Lions some skill increases, hopefully. The match succeeded with that, I think, and I'm happy with it, and seeing the improving the performance of the Young Lions makes me happy and impressed as well. In our next pre-show match, we have Logan Wolfsbane, James Diaz, and Yuta Asono teaming up to take on Genji Kasaka, Iki Hisaka, and Yutaka Ogata. Wolfsbane led the way not only for his team, but overall with an in-ring performance of 51. James Diaz had a 36 performance, and Yuta Asono had a 32, all of which are great scores. Wolfsbane is very impressive and probably ready for the main card now, but I'm just kind of waiting for Diaz to pick up his performances, and then they will be regulars on the main card. Yuta Isono had a good performance, but it is misleading in the fact that he did get a bonus for having a hot new move. So his actual performance was a little bit lower, and he has some more work to do, but I am hopeful that he will be ready sooner rather than later. Kasaka once again led his team in performance rating with a 35. Okada had a 22 with an off day, and Hosaka had a 20. We're really wanting to push Wolfbane and Diaz, and this hopefully will give them some popularity and momentum to help with that push. Next up, BCG's owner Yoshifu Sumeda makes his way to the ring and says, "Welcome to the second day of the Grand Prix Tour. Block B kicks off today with some exciting matchups. Mabuchi Furusawa takes on Rokuman Matsushita. Reiza Okamoto takes on Tanyu Tashusai, and Suki takes on Dynamite Narahashi. These matches are some of the great action Black Canvas Grappling has to offer. We would like to offer you, the fans, the purest form of pure wrestle in Japan. And all of our wrestlers have that roaring lion spirit that is missing from those other promotions. Please sit back and enjoy the card today. And thank you for choosing us to spend your afternoon with." With this, he bows to the crowd and exits to the back. The segment got us a 69 rating, and it was a great way to start the show. Up next, we have our first match of the main card and of the first match of Block B as Dynamite Narahashi takes on Suki. This match gets us a 67 match rating, which I'm really happy with since it was our technical masterclass matchup, and both of these guys are very highly rated in that skill. Suki picks up the win and gets 3 points in the Block B standings after submitting Narahashi with the Suki Special 3. Suki had an in ring performance of 73, which I'm really happy with and shows what he can do. And I'm really thinking about getting him to that major star level and seeing what he can offer in our main events. Narahashi turned in a 44 in ring performance, which isn't the best, especially with Wolfsbane nipping at his heels with performances in the low to mid 50s each time he goes out. But all in all, I'm happy with this matchup and the result. Immediately after the match, Funakoshi comes out to the ring with a mic and speaks directly to Suki. "Congratulations, Suki. It looks like my influence is rubbing off on you." He begins to clap somewhat haphazardly and kind of disrespectful. He continues, "Which is why I'm wanting you to join me in my fight against Mabuchi Furusawa and any others who would dare challenge me for this title. I want you to be my number two, my sidekick, and take out anyone foolish enough to step up to the champ. We've had such a great partnership, and you've obviously benefited from my presence and tagged along on my coattails as you try to reach to the top. But it's time for you to know your place, and that is at my side, helping me retain this beautiful prize." This segment gets us a 63 rating, and as begins the storyline between Suki and Funakoshi. This directly leads into Suki looking at Funakoshi in amazement and responds with, "I am honored to be considered for this, but right now I respectfully would like to concentrate on the Grand Prix tournament and winning Block B. But I will consider this offer and let you know my decision as soon as it is made." With this, Suki rolls out of the ring, leaving a very upset Funakoshi fuming in the middle of the ring. This segment does get us a 66 rating and starts a really good story and a good angle. This is really a good angle for us. In tag team action next, Naozan Goto and Roku Sotomura take on Iputsusai and Okimasa, and it gets us a 55 rating, which is not horrible, but it's just kind of at that level that just gains its pop in all the other areas, but not in our home region. Goto does pick up the win with a Goto slam on Iputsusai. Sotomura had an in-ring performance of 55, Goto had a 51, so I'm obviously happy with both of those performances. Okimasa had a 48 performance, which isn't horrible, but Iputsusai had a 37. I understand though, he's in a time decline, his skills are rapidly going down, and he may need now to be relegated to the pre show to take on the Young Lions to get wins and to pass along his skills to them. The match did increase the crowd's hotness, which will be good for matchups that come later. And overall, I'm happy with this match, and I hope the match that come after this will just keep improving as we go. In our next match, Shunpai Hiroshi, Miura, and Yoshizawa take on Ichiro Mitsukuri and the American Cobras in six-man tag team action. Marvel Malloy picks up the victory on Hiroshi after a Marvel breaker. This segment gets us a 57 rating, which again is on the lower end of what I want, but most of our overall rating will come from the main event, so we're safe with that rating. Marvel Malloy turned in an in-ring performance of 56, Storm Spillane had a 54, and Ichiro Mitsukuri had a 44. Yoshizawa had a 58, Miura had a 55, and Hiroshi had a 48, so they were all pretty decent ratings overall. I'm really trying to push the American Cobras, and getting them some good wins and momentum is just really what I'm trying to accomplish, and it's good that it happens in these kinds of matches. I really do like them, and I'm dreading the time when I may have to split them apart to have single careers. And my thought process is maybe we can still have them as a team, but only have them team together when it's needed for story purposes or on tours and things like that. In the next match of Block B, we have Mabuchi Furusawa take on Rokuman Matsushita in a 74 rated match. Really happy with this one. We did set this match to steal the show, and it worked really well with these two guys. Furusawa had an in-ring performance of 70, and Matsushita had a 58. Furusawa picks up the 3 points by submitting Matsushita with what else but the Furusawa armbar, a feared move within Black Canvas Grappling. I really like Furusawa, and I really want to book him as strong as possible in this tournament and going forward. In our main event, we finish up Block B's first day with Reizan Okamoto taking on Tanyu Tashasai. This segment gets us a 74 rated match rating, which is excellent, and I'm very happy with this. Reizan picks up the win and the 3 points with the Brainbuster suplex in 20 minutes and 15 seconds. Reizan has an in-ring performance of 73. Tashasai turns in a performance of 59. I really like both of these wrestlers, and I expect big things in the future from both of them. And I'm looking to set up Reizan as a challenger for the title after the Lions Roar season finale. Tasha I'm trying to build into a star anyways. I think he definitely has the skills to be one. We finish up this show with an overall rating of 69, which is really good. It raises our popularity in 7 regions. We miss that on Kansai right now, and that region just may only be able to be raised at our monthly events. So we'll have to make sure we knock it out of the park at those events. And here we're going to start taking a look at the standings for Block B after their first day of action. Furusawa, Okamoto, and Suki all sit atop the standings with 3 points apiece. So right now it's anyone's game, and anyone can be in the final at the event. We'll have to see how these matchups fall after we have more days of action. Well, guys, that'll do it for this episode of King of Puro. Next time, we'll continue our way to the Grand Prix tournament final with the next actions of Block A and Block B. So we'll do day 2, 3, and 4 of the tour. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave any comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I post any new videos. This has been Last Son, and this has been King of Puro, and I will catch you guys in the next video.